This week on Silver Screen, student journalists go to SIPA.
Aaron Burton wins state.
And a new school-wide read.
Good afternoon, Dutch Fork. Today is Friday, March 6th.
And your Silver Screen report starts now.
Last weekend, the Silver Screen newspaper and yearbook staffs attended the Southern Interscholastic Press Association Conference downtown. Sam Aaron reports.
Massive groups of journalism students crowded the conference rooms of the Columbia Marriott last weekend as the Southern Interscholastic Press Association held its annual convention.
I wanted to go to SIPA because any learning experience I can get with journalism is great.
This was actually my third SIPA. I went as a sophomore, junior, and now as a senior. It was my last one this year, and I just love going because you get to have time with your staff and your friends.
Journalism students from throughout the Southeast attended pre-convention sessions, classes, and participated in journalistic competitions.
I did a competition, a pre-convention class, and I took a bunch of classes. So basically the pre-convention class was 4 hours, and we designed a couple spreads for InDesign.
I actually participated in the team on-site production competition, where it's basically you get a prompt Friday night and you have Friday night and Saturday morning to get interviews, and then you're kind of like locked in a room on Saturday for 3 hours and you have to write a story and design a spread. We actually won the Best Overall Award.
SIPA has been a learning and enjoyable experience for all students as they return home with unique experiences that will shape their future as journalists.
This year I was actually the student member at large for SIPA, so we got to go play in the theme, which was Free the Press, which we got these t-shirts, and it was really cool because I got to kind of see the making of SIPA, and so we started planning in September, and it was cool to see in March.
I ran for the member at large position on the SIPA student board because I wanted to be a part of planning the 2016 conference, and I thought it would be a lot of fun to get to know people from other schools.
I won the SIPA Regional Scholarship, and I had to write an essay on how journalism has affected me. I don't know, I'm honestly still in shock about it because there was a bunch of people, vying for that scholarship, and they only offered 3 at SIPA. I have a future now because of journalism, and because of SIPA, honestly.
This has been Sam Aaron with your Silver Screen Report.
Monday night, parents and students from Dutch Fork Middle School came to the high school to discuss their future plans at Dutch Fork.
There they discuss courses they can take, graduation requirements, and academic opportunities. They will begin registration soon and will be joining us in the fall as the class of 2019. On Tuesday night, the Jostens Junior Ring Ceremony was held in the auditorium. Here's a look.
Tuesday night, the junior class received their class rings during the ring ceremony.
So junior board is responsible for putting together the ring ceremony each year, and as the junior class president, my fellow officers and I gave our words of wisdoms to the juniors who were receiving rings.
I felt like the ceremony went really well. I think the rings are great. I think a really cool touch with the ceremony was the parents presenting the rings to their kids.
Emotions ran high as juniors walked across the stage and were presented their rings by their parents.
It's actually more emotional than I thought. She, is growing up, and it's kind of symbolic of her getting ready to graduate.
This is just a way for parents to share and to celebrate with their students all the accomplishments and the achievements that they have gained thus far.
The whole idea of a class ring is symbolic of the memories and the good times made in high school, and to be able to look back on those memories in the future.
A class ring is something that you can cherish for the rest of your days and always look at it and remember the glory days of high school.
It is just so special for students that come back to us years later and tell us about how they were so glad that they ordered their class ring because they still have it, and like I said earlier, they can look back, and that really helps trigger their memories of their high school days and all of the wonderful memories that they have during those 4 years.
This has been Josh Hemholt with your Silver Screen Report. The SAT word of the week is sublime, an adjective meaning lofty, grand, and exalted. I've been looking for a good book lately, but I can't seem to find one. Lacey, do you have any recommendations?
Actually, the library does. They've set up another school-wide read. Here's Malik Brazil with the story.
The sweet scent of cappuccinos wafts through the air as another class learns how to access the library's online catalog. In no time at all, each of them have downloaded the short story for this year's school-wide read.
Well, it creates a common reading experience for everyone. I think one of the best ways to have people want to read and enjoy reading is to be able to talk about what they've read with other people. And so, you know, if we've all read the same book or same kind of book, it allows for that dialogue to begin.
I think it's good because it kind of gets everybody involved. Gets everybody reading, so that's always positive.
It gives everyone like a uniform, like a certain thing that they need to read so that everyone can talk about the same thing. It's not just a bunch of different books. It's a lot more usable than everyone just reading different books.
Downloading one of the options is easy and pain-free, and the library has offered a number of ways to access the selection.
We're trying to share with students several different ways. It was a tech tip last week on Thursday on how to download the app onto your iPad mini and be able to check out the book.
I mean, it's good because they're short stories. They're not asking us to read like novels or anything or something stupid long.
The theme this year is music. Students will be reading selections from the American Music Milestone Collection.
I'm very excited about this year's school-wide read. March is Music in Our Schools Month, and we were looking for an informational text for students to read for our school-wide read, and we happened to come across a series of books called American Music Milestones, and each one of the books in the series is a different music genre, and I think all teenagers are interested in music, so I thought this was a great choice for this year.
Well, I'm a big fan of music, so it definitely catches my attention. So it probably appeals to a crowd that maybe doesn't read books a lot.
Music, it's in our daily lives, and everyone like has heard music, so I mean it's something that everyone can relate to.
This has been Malik Brazil with your Silver Screen Report.
For this week's Kids in the Hall, we asked students about the importance of a school-wide read.
A chance to come together and take time out of their busy schedule to read.
It is important to me to do a school-wide read because it encourages reading on all levels and it enhances intellect.
I think it's important for students to have a school-wide read because it gives kids a sense of connection, something that they can all relate to or talk about in the commons or in the mornings.
I think it's really important for the school to encourage reading through all the students because I think it's one of the most important ways people can learn.
On Wednesday during lunch, the Columbia Tool and Die Company created a machine for SE Ford's Special Services class. The tool allowed students to draw geometric shapes with ease.
It is located in the library, and other classes such as engineering, physics, and certain math classes will be able to use it.
Last weekend, senior Aaron Burton dominated the mat and won the state championship title in his weight class for wrestling. Here's Jamie Gilbert Fitzpatrick with a profile.
Weighing in at 106, senior Aaron Burton won the wrestling state title 8-2. He had a perfect season and ended his high school career 58-1.
Aaron did great. He finished the year #1 in the state. He won the state championship, dominated the entire tournament. He was #1 from bell to bell. He's the best kid in the state by far.
Aaron performed really well. He listened to what the coaches had to say, and when you do that, you just win.
It feels really good. It's like a weight lifted off your shoulders. It's like you feel like you put in all this hard work, you might as well get a reward for it.
Training over the summer and staying after practice, Aaron improved his footwork, hand fighting, and technique.
Just practicing hard, doing extra, staying after practice, getting extra help when I needed it and where I needed it, and just listening to the coaches.
It goes above and beyond what's asked of him at practice.
He was one of the few guys that every day after practice came and stayed afterwards, put in all the work. He's just tough, believes in everything that we teach, so he just deserved it all.
He's just always been a hard worker, and he even went, like, over the summer, he went to a wrestling camp just to get better.
Aaron is the first Dutch Fork wrestler to receive a national ranking by Wrestling USA magazine, and he has also been selected to the North-South All-Star team. Finally, his hard work paid off.
You know, he's only a third-year wrestler, and for somebody that's just a third-year wrestler to do what he's done is unbelievable. You never see that happen, and he just keeps getting better and better and better, so we look for big things next year in college, too.
This has been Jamie Gilbert Fitzpatrick with your Silver Screen Report.
And now for some announcements. Are you interested in joining next year's newspaper, yearbook, or Silver Screen staffs, but missed yesterday's interest meeting? See Ms. Gascon in room 250 or Ms. Metlock Green in room 252 for more information about how to apply. Silver Fox is tomorrow at 7 p.m. Tickets are $10 and are available at the door.
Thanks, Lacey. Music Club will hold its first annual open mic night next Wednesday at 6 p.m. Admission will be $2. The Columbia Run Hard Marathon is tomorrow. Volunteers should see Mrs. DeSplinter in room 234 for more information. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.
Actually, the library does. They've set the...
Oh, come on.
Oh, no.
I'll burst you.
Daniel.
You're pushing me over the line. I can't believe you brought that up, Daniel.
Daniel.
I've had a twat.